don't cry. I apologize, it's really time.
Yeah.
Thomas Jackson.
Yeah. Bounce. Yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been an intriguing first map, to say the least. Very surprised with the result. Very surprised at the performance of Impossible. And, well, they could be about to make things very, very complicated in terms of this group. Now, if they manage to win this 2-0 and then beat the Fuse Kids 2-0, they will actually knock... I'm pretty sure they knock North Academy out of the tournament. Now, if they win this 2-1, North Academy and Imperial will go through, but the question is who will be finishing top. And if, of course, they win, they finish top and Imperial already go through, but it's definitely getting a little bit interesting. North Academy may not be safe as of yet, and if they don't buck their ideas up, Impossible could be going through in their place. Of course, this is a much better map for them. Not one that we've seen sort of sketchier results in the past. They've been very good at playing Train. If they're going to bring this back, I think this will be the map that they're going to do it on. I think statistically and of what I've actually seen of them in general, Mirage is not a great map for North Academy. Something they definitely need to work on if they are going to keep it within their map pool and not have it as their sort of first ban. Now, again, we can have a little look at how the veto actually went. So they actually took Cobble straight out of that map pool, along with Inferno. I know they would have been much happier playing any of the other maps, sort of alongside with Nuke and Overpass, but it didn't happen in that fashion. And it's weird, because they actually did manage to beat out Imperial over on Mirage, so the fact that they just got dominated by Impossible, well, a little bit worrying, a little bit scary for them today. And as said, they're definitely not safe in this tournament as of yet. For them to kick things off. But yeah, individually we've seen some very impressive plays coming out. We did also get to see somebody killed by a Molotov bottle, which is not something you see too often. I think it was a 1v2 clutch for Gade. So they have a couple of G's in their name. Glace having a phenomenal performance yesterday. Dominating the Diffuse Kids, who will be playing later, but just for pride. They've already lost 2 games 0-2, so there's no way that they can get out of this group. But, if possible in this map, there may be a way that they can actually hand a position over to them instead. Either way, we are going to be going into this one. North Academy starting over on that CT side. Stronger of the two. Not by as much as it used to be, though. Get to see if they have managed to rectify the mistakes we saw in the previous map. As said, this is a much stronger map for them in general anyway, so expecting them to take this one. Then it goes on to Cash, and we've already seen them lose this, or lose that map once earlier in the tournament, so maybe there's a possibility for them to actually pull that one off. Either way, aggressive push coming out from this CT side. Control of Pop Dog can make things very difficult in terms of after-plant positions. Now ready. Acor is going to be spotted now. They know there's a player here. They don't know there's a second, and this is where Mertz can actually pounce. But it's actually Glace just starting the pistol off with a bang. A couple of kills going his way. Sviat will catch Mertz, and Acor is going to be able to hold on at least to that Pop Dog position. Looking for Sviat, but can't quite find the kill. 8 on the site, with Inns hunting him down, finding that kill, but leaves it onto this 1 versus 2. Inns. Got players on either side as well, so he's got to be very careful of the angles. He peeks, and Acor with the double will hand the pistol over to North Academy. Good start. Get their money going. I'd invest into 3 rifles alongside the Scout and the UMP. Not a full investment in for the T side. A couple of players saving a little bit of extra cash, potentially wanting to get an AWP or just extra utility into the future rounds. Also, with the Deagle in general, normally expect to lose your life if you miss that first shot. No, Exodus have got quite a bit of a break in this tournament because they're already through to the playoffs. We've still got 2 more groups to go, excluding these games as well, which will finish today. We got Group B and C, and then we move on to our playoff stage. So I think it'll be around the 2nd of July, if I'm not mistaken, that they'll next be playing. But don't quote me on that because I am sometimes wrong. I can actually check for you in just a moment, but obviously not in the middle of the round. Rifle actually going to be picked up for Cracker, so definitely an opportunity here. The aggression of A-Core finds him one, but not going to be able to do much more. BT side with only 1 player deep inside this B side, so if they can finish him off, there's a bit more of a chance. Rotation will come in from Glace, looking to try and support his low teammate. Again, it now limits the defense over towards this A site instead. Luckily for them, it is going to be a B hit. Push coming in. Glace in a great position. Sprays down 1, but that's all he's going to get. Will they check the angle, though? No. Nice patience as well from Gade. Denies the plant. Takes down a 2nd player. And now Sviat alone is going to fall as well to the hands of Mertz. So, nice stuff from them. Nice cleanup. We'll be able to do that. Ready with the start. Molotov going to do the damage. In's actually investing into a little bit extra in terms of the armor. East side. Don't really want to lose anybody in this round. Ready. Actually see some damage done. In's with that extra arm, able to get himself a double kill, doing more than he should have been able to get away with in this round. CT side, still not looking overly convincing as of yet. In's looking sneaky as well. Now, he doesn't know there's a player above him, but he may be able to just sneak through into the connector. Try and hold off any rotations. The problem is, Mertz's spot could be there to be able to deny any sort of bomb plant. Although the bomb actually sneaking back around towards back lines could definitely make things a little bit more interesting. There's only going to be 1 player here. Gade. I think he's aware that they've lost control of Ivy. Mertz is going to be sneaking around as well to try and get in on the flank of these T players. Now remember, they drop 3 players here. This is a success. They get a bomb plant down. It'll be a success. But it's not going to work out. They still take down 2 players. Not going to be bad overall. But they could have done so much more. Thank you, Bozza. I haven't really worked with ESL too much, so I'm not really expecting to get too much work from them. The next time we expect to see, yeah, the Czech guys will either be playing on the 2nd or the 3rd. That'll be their next stage. So it is going to be a little while before we see Exodus again, but that's because they've already got through. So if anything, it is a positive for them. But those dates are sort of in question. Nice start from Acor. Just sprays through the smoke, finding himself a first kill. Spot flash out. I'm not going to spot anything as of yet. The T side now with a man disadvantage. Going into what is their first rifle round. They've even got an AWP, which has now been picked up from Inns. Sviat. Gonna find one back in the meantime as well, so too bad in terms of this early round scenario. And you have to remember, Mertz is not with his trusty AWP. He's still pretty good with the scout. Anything with a scope, and this man can definitely use it, but means there's much more of an opportunity to trade things back. CT side. Yeah, no, they have been doing well. I'm impressed with Frozen. Devil had a phenomenal game in one of the last ones where he just absolutely tanked it with the AWP. I do wonder if somebody will pick Frozen up. I wonder what sort of team he would actually fit into. Very young, so I don't know how good like his English or anything of that sort would be if he was going to go into like an international team, but he's definitely talented enough. And so young, which just makes it very interesting. Nice little spray down there for Acor. But he's going to be able to steal one of those away. And this is just looking like the cleanup crew attempt. Failed as Mertz even gets a cheeky no-scope towards the end. It's going to be 4-0 now for North Academy. AWP picked up as well to give over into the hands of Mertz, so he'll have a free upgrade. Oh yeah, an offer from Rogue. They don't even have a team now though, do they? I think that that folded. That was a team with like Kadian, Tensky, a couple of the Bulgarians. They've still got an academy team, which is odd. Because I don't know when you make your team your main team, but... Oh, Plaz with the Deeg. It's been deadly with this gun. Acor going to be down in a matter of seconds. Still a 4-0 lead at the moment for the CT side, but they haven't built up anywhere near enough cash for it to be scary as of yet. Lome just going to be moving the rifle back, just so that it can't be retrieved by this T side. They don't want it to go too aggressive, and we don't want to see them getting that weapon and doing too much damage either. North Academy, as said, their economy's not rocking as of yet. They've still got a long, long way to go before they can play in a more confident manner. Still looking much better already than what we saw on Mirage. Expected as well. This is a much better map for them. This is their map pick. But still was expecting a 2-0, so already impossible showing. They are here to play. Lome, well positioned to try and trade these kills out, but actually doesn't get anything. And that's 2 rifles now into the hands of the T's if they can find them. Akimov sneaking in from behind, only going to be able to get 1, but still brings it back into a 2v2 scenario. Now, Kreker's been playing very well so far in this series. Him with a rifle, he may only be on half HP. Still scary. Bomb going to be picked up. Plaz as well with the Deeg. Oh. Be going to the bomb plant. Not going to be able to hold on to this though, unfortunately. It's his life will be taken. It's all onto Kreker. He doesn't have much time to play with. Steals away the bomb, but Gade will be there to finish. So another round, but still pretty close at the moment for the CT side, as they'll be forced to rebuy a lot of weaponry. Yeah, I think there's a lot of decent players in that roster, but whether they can do too much is another thing altogether. Nice start from Akimov, though. He's going to get himself that first kill. He's done a lot of damage onto Mertz. He's just going to continue to push down on towards the B side. The rest of his team, however, on the other side of the map. But Mertz just quick enough to get that reaction shot off, and Acor doing a lot of damage in the meantime. Yeah, it's true, it could still be a 2-0 for Impossible, who knows. But I was thinking it would be a 2-0 in the other direction. I'm not going to pretend like I ever saw this coming. Acor, though, making this round look inevitable at the moment. They started things very nicely, but just falling apart towards the latter stages of this round. Probably needed to slow down a little bit there as well. I think that first kill coming in onto B sort of sped up the push over towards Ivy, possibly thinking that an over-rotation would have come in from North Academy, and unfortunately it didn't. Wonderful work from Acor as well to just hold them in. And Glace will finish off the final as well. So, North Academy 6-0, looking much, much better as well on this map. Still haven't built up a ludicrous amount of cash, so it's not unbreakable. The problem is, the rounds are currently going for a save, then a buy, then a save, then a buy, and it just means that every round the North Academy win is pretty much a 2-for-1. If anything, I'm sort of looking at Impossible and thinking they could really spice up this group. Because if North Academy win this game, the last match of today is pretty much meaningless. It's all going to be for pride. And no, not the Polish team. If they win this match, then it's a fight to see if they can actually qualify past North Academy, so... makes things very interesting indeed. Cloud's going to be pushing out. The rest of the team bomb looking to get planted on the site. It's already going to be trades, but Glace just doing a magnificent job. Bomb is going to be planted, so Akimov at least able to do a little bit in terms of an economic boost. But the money's going to be perfect anyway. Mertz and Glace fighting for the defuse, and Mertz actually going to steal it away from his teammate. And now going to see a pause out from Impossible. A 7-0 start. We saw yesterday that their T-side of Mirage was a little bit flat. Individually, they do look strong, but haven't seen anything from their T-side as of yet. I think this can be the case with a lot of sort of lower tier CIS teams. They can have the aim, they can have the skill. It's just those tactics that fall a little bit flat. I am actually useless. I only know one language. I tried to learn French at school and just failed it completely. North Academy taking a tactical pause for the toilet. I think the winner of the tournament wins, I think it's like $4,000. And also gets a spot for the qualification stage of the next Star Series, so... Will I tickle your buns? No. Wow. Maybe. You have to come find me, though. I ain't coming to you. I don't travel for no one. You've learnt fluent Russian from CSGO. I know a couple of words. Most of them are not safe for work, so I'm not going to be repeating them. Aggression going to be coming out down Mr. Olaf Meister's train. It's already the T's with 2 quick entries, but will they actually check the angle? No, they won't, and this is so smart from Glace, just letting them walk past, knows where both players are, gets the first, gets the second, third as well for Glace. Massive play from him, leaves it back into a 2 versus 2. The early entries out from the T side are just thrown to the floor, as now it's going to be this 2v2, and Glace, again, even has the read. He finds his first, looks for the second, but Ekimov will be able to bring it back into a 1 versus 1. But it's Mertz up against him. Now, Mertz playing with the AWP means that in an after plant, this could work out nicely for the T side. Akimov. Sneaking back around. And he's going to win it as well. Nice clutch from him. 3 kills. And it will be the first finally on the board for the T side, but they have let the money build up quite high for North Academy, so no problems for them to buy back up. How about Envious with no major qualifiers? The weirdest thing for me is you go back a year or 2, and I say to you, hey, next major, Envy and NIP are not going to be in it. You would slap me. It's just crazy how times have changed. Obviously, the new French roster is no longer Envy, it's G2. They're the sort of biggest player at the moment. But anyway, starting things off. Plaz able to find himself the first kill, looking for more as he goes sneaking down the side of the trains. Doesn't need to overextend in this situation. Glace up close once again. He's going to hold the angle, and actually, not even going to be a trade. He's doing work at the moment. Finds himself 2 kills. It will be enough to bring the scenario back. 16 and 5 at the moment, dragging his team, kicking and screaming through this game. Double the kills of anybody else in the server. Which is going to be coming out as well from Akimov. He's making a lot of noise, and Gade actually gives away his position. They know exactly where he is. Inns finds one in the meantime, at least brings himself into a scenario that's possible. But he can't afford to lose this round. It would be the straight reset, and Mert so quick on the trigger with the P250 will take his head up. 8 and 1. North Academy breaking the money for impossible. Now we're starting to see the sort of dominance that this team can pull out. Pretty much a flat eco this round for impossible. Couple of flashbangs, which may be an attempt to get them a bomb plant. There's a player playing close, and this is pretty much the exact counter for this sort of bomb plant attempt. They need the money as well. Flashbang gonna go out, but this should just be a spray down for Gade. Wipes out all 4 players. Well, in fact, 3. One is stolen by Mertz on the AWP. But yeah, perfect counter. They knew exactly what the T's would try and do in that scenario. And it has to be said, they look a lot more confident on this map. The previous one, I'm not even sure they should be letting it into their map pool. I think they need to strengthen another. But then again, it's only really the very top teams that sort of have 6 maps available and then a map that they ban. Or at least 6 maps they can play. Because Mirage is just way too up and down from them. You shouldn't be able to beat Imperial one day and then get stomped by a Russian sort of unknown team. Gade, nice start. Sprays down 2. And then he's already got the crossfire in now from Mertz. It's going to make things a whole lot more difficult. Decent position from Inns. We'll be able to hear the rotation coming in from behind. Mertz already going to end the life of Plaz, though. Who, if he was a little bit more patient, they could have tried to catch the rotator. Dead. Inns going to be left alone. 1 versus 4. Not really going to have any belief in him in this situation. He has been playing well today. Not to take anything away. I wouldn't trust anyone in this situation. Except maybe Snacks. Snacks is a beast. Inns. I don't really see the point of saving in this situation, though. That's the big problem. If he had an AK, then maybe. But this is just a way to completely screw your own economy. It means that one of you will not be able to buy in the round where they go for the buy. And it will just leave them in a bit of a sketchy situation. So he will go pushing back in. His life will be lost. You can afford to sort of buy down to that 2 grand marker. Maybe a slight bit low, but you want to have sort of 4,900. That's, I think, the exact amount you need to buy armor, an AK, and 1 of each nade. So, not including a decoy, because you never need a decoy. But that's obviously smoke, flashbang, HE, and Molotov. Now, you can switch up how you do it, but any other sort of nade combination is going to be cheaper. So, 4,900 is normally what you want to stick around, and they should be comfortably getting to that. Obviously, buying an AWP is a little bit different. Cracker actually going to have a little bit of extra cash to spare, but it should limit his nades a little bit unless he can do some damage, which he can't. Side. Being patient, just hiding, hoping that somebody makes a mistake. Unlikely. Don't see a reason for the CTs to go pushing unless they really are just in a BM sort of mood, where they want to just smack impossible while they're down. Kick dirt in their eyes. I don't see them doing that. If they do, I'll be impressed. Very patient. I wonder if the T-side are actually just having a little bit of a conversation here about what they want to do into the next round. They are just sitting there. Like, I think this is almost like waiting to die. It's like being in the queue for the electric chair. You know what's coming. Trying to delay the inevitable. In's just going to be running in. I hope that they've been talking something over. That's what I hope they've been doing. just having a little conversation about what they can change, maybe sorting out any arguments or disputes that they're having at the moment. And now they can go back into this round because there's no reason not to. They all pushed relatively at the same time as if the conversation was over, so I hope they've just used that as an extra pause. In which case, I like it. If they were just sitting there hoping for aggression, then all you've really done is waste a minute 40 of your own time, but we'll see. T-side with a buy again. Plaz, no head armor, which leaves him just as deadly to all of these M4A4s as it would be an AK. Mertz, his counterpart, going to be going aggressive over towards Ivy as well. Now Gade, trying to be sneaky here, and it's going to work out. Aggression paying off. He finds the first kill. Now there's 4 more players gathering around this position of the map. But already, Mertz, look at his position. He's already up in the back lines. He's just looking to hold these T players in spot. This is the style points we normally see from him. Inns will be able to take him down, however. But it's still going to leave them with very little knowledge of where any of the other CT players are. Already, Lome going to find one more. Just catching the rotation out, leaving 1 man left alive. Krekker versus 4. Not going to be holding my breath in this situation. A lot for him still to do. CT side looking absolutely dominant. And again, clearly Mirage is just something they need to be working on. I have to give props over to this T side for being able to pick apart such a strong team. At least individually. The train is just a different scenario altogether. T side, no bomb plant, little money to be had. In fact, I've only actually seen 1 defusal. They're not even getting into after plant positions. On the B side, that shouldn't be too difficult to do. In fact, there's a reason it's the most retakeable site, and that's because it has to be taken in the first place. Well, this buy I don't agree with him for one reason and one reason alone. If you're going to buy an AK in this manner, drop it to one of your teammates that has armor. There is no point you having an AK with no armor. You're just leaving yourself open to aim punch. You pretty much have to go for 1 taps. You need to just embody Scream. Yeah, I definitely think they have more of a chance on that. I never expected them. I said at the beginning. They have to win Mirage, and then they have to win Catch. I never saw them winning Train. Spiat going to go pushing. He will be able to find that first kill in the favor of the T side. Not something I've been able to say too often, and Plaz actually going to be able to find another. Picking up these rifles all over the shop. Mertz is going to be left alone on the site, and he is decimated by the Tech 9s. The pistols are all powerful. Push coming out. Gade can't do anything. And finally, we see a second round on the board for Impossible. Not going to be a problem for the buy to come back in for the CT side. There was Acor starts the round with $16,000 in the bank. They can afford everything they desire. Upgraded pistols, full nades, all the utility they want. Acor actually just... Well, he's going to prove that fact by dropping as many pistols as he can. Not the best start from Inns, it has to be said. May need to work on his throwing arm a little bit there. Peek. Coming out from Glace. Now, I'm not really a fan of him going through this smoke. And, well, there you go. He's actually going to go down very early. More aggression coming out from the CT side, and this time it's been scripted. Three versus 5. Good chance for Impossible to at least get themselves a third, and then it means at least if they lose the pistol, the game isn't 100% finished. However, Gade looking to turn the tide. Brings it back into a 4v3. We've definitely seen them work worse positions so far on this map at least. Mert's going to play aggressive towards A main. He's not open towards Pop Dog, so I don't think they'll actually be able to see him if they are going to go pushing in this direction. He's still with enough time that they can sort of just play around a little bit, and there goes the peak, but he's not going to be able to find the shot. And now he's actually going to be open as well to that A main position. Lome able to at least bring things back closer. Plaz as well is very low, so there's much more of a chance, but he's got an awful lot to do because his teammates now been isolated from the site. But Gade pushing back in, will get himself another. What looked like a possible round now comes down to the 1v1. 6 HP versus 5, but the rifle will do the trick. North Academy looking like they're about to lose their third round, but they turn it around with the help of Gade and Lome on the site. And that will be a 13-2 scenario, dominating half, showing what they can do on their map. That will bring us over onto the CT side from Impossible. They've got a long, long road ahead. And it's going to be very difficult for them to turn this around. Lazy Goat going to be cheering for those Russians, of course. I'd like to see them come back. It'd be very impressive if they could, but it's such a long way to go. The bomb should be going down in this situation. Push already going to be coming in, and they're not going to be able to do too much. Although the USP's tapping away will get one. The Molotov over towards the connector. My favorite spot to see that Molotov go. A lot of teams will hold it for after plants, but this buys so much space for the T's. Able to move forward, able to take control, and just isolate these players. Now, there's already a flank coming in from the remaining CTs in the form of Akimov and alongside Sviat. But already Akor's just going to be ending the lives of the player, pushing in other directions. Akimov able to find one, but they've gone for a more open plant as well. This is clever from the T side, making sure it's difficult just to go for this defusal in general. Akimov actually going to be taken down to just 4 HP. Nice shot from Glace, and this round is done no matter what. Akimov just going to look to hold on to his Kevlar, fall back, and North Academy take the pistol and should here take the game. Nova for ins. A man after my own heart. Let's see what he can do. Absolutely nothing. Eagle spamming away. Akimov trying to do something in this situation to save them. Otherwise, they're only going to have a force buy into the next round anyway. CT side may just look to hold on to what they have in this situation. Try and have something going into the next round. Bomb's going to be on B. The chances of them retaking is so slim at this point. And the chances of them winning... Wow. T-side actually going to look to go on the hunt a little bit. Now, this is completely unnecessary. They're going to be feeling confident in this scenario, though. That Glaze just going to hold, however. Make things very difficult for them in this sort of situation. As said, remaining 2 will save. Give them a little bit of extra cash going into the next one. Maybe give them a UMP of sorts. Or another SMG. It seems inevitable that we're going to go over towards that third map. Will be cash. We've already seen North Academy lose it once in this tournament. Hello? Negev? Sviat? I don't think I've seen a Negev in competitive play. No, why? Why tease me like that? What? Don't like you, Sviat. I don't like you. You got my hopes up. You made me think we're about to see something beautiful. And instead, you break my heart. Means that, if anything, you just wasted $2 grand. I think they've given up on this map completely. Push going to be coming out. Sviat, well, with a Negev, maybe he could have done something. Instead, he'll get absolutely slaughtered. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Negev is allowed. I don't see why it wouldn't be. It's in competitive play. Maybe I'm wrong. Suppose I've never seen one, so it's possible. But go pushing. It's going to be Cracker to find one, and if Plaz can get another, then maybe there's some hope in this round at least. But already losing one more, Plaz left alone. He's got himself a kit. Needs to try finish off one of these remaining 2 players. At least give himself a chance with the smoke just going to be buying more and more time. Glace will finish 16-2, an even more dominating response to what we saw in the previous map, as we will be heading on to map number 3. And North looking to try and take this by storm.